Okay, so now we are going to start with the first front of our sweater. Here I cast on 36 stitches, which is the middle of what is the total of the stitches of the front of the sweater. So okay, what we're going to do is okay, so I cast on 36 stitches because our 30 are the main knit, 4 stitches for the space for the buttons, plus one stitch in each border. Sorry. Okay, so now what we gotta do is to do first the edge of the sweater, you know, like we did in the back in rice knit. So just to remember, is one, the first is the border. The first one I'm going to knit it, but just at the beginning, not always. And then knit purl like this way, the first row. And okay, I finished the first row of the edge of the sweater, of the first front of the sweater. And now what have we got to do with the rice knit? Remember that, for example, if you have to knit a purl, you knit the opposite. If you had a purl, now you knit, so you have to knit the opposite of what it asks you. For example, this is knit, you knit it in purl. You know what I mean? I'm going to do the same rows of the edge that I did in the back, which were 8 rows. And you got to do these 8 rows exactly in the rice knit. So here I made my 8 rows in the rice knit, which is going to be the border of the front of the sweater, the front left side. So now what we gotta do is to knit the 64 rows in the main knit. Remember the one that looks like shells? We're going to call it the shell knit. So you pass the first one like always, and you start with the main knit. Remember that you pass through 3 stitches, you knit 3, and you keep doing it. The same main knit like you did in the back of the sweater. So you pass through your needle after 3 stitches, you make like a loop around your needle, you pull it through, and then you knit 3 points, your 3 stitches, sorry, and then the one that is beside, and yep, that's how you're going to keep knitting your 64 rows in the main knit. So here I knit my 64 rows, and in total it was like 16 rows of shells, you know, like we call the main knit. So from the bottom, from the edge to the top, I did 64 rows. Here what we're going to do is the decreases of the armhole. So like you can see, this is the left front side of the sweater. So we are going to start to decrease. What you first gotta do, so we have to decrease first 3 stitches. So if we pass through the first one, the one of the border, like always, without knitting, and then we start decreasing the first one. So you knit 1, and then the one in the back you pass it like over the last one. You knit 1, and the last one you pull it over of the one you knit. Then you knit the next one, and then you pass over, and there you go. We decrease 3 stitches. So now you finish your row like normally, yeah, like you were knitting. So this is the first row of decreases. Here I'm finishing the first row. You turn, and then on the second row there is no decrease. You keep knitting how it goes. Here in this row I'm going to do all purls. So this is the second row of decreases on the armhole for the front left of the sweater. So I'll meet you at the end of the second row. Here I'm going to start the third row. Here I'm going to decrease another 3 stitches like we did. So you pass through the one, you knit one. Oh, but I forgot that here you have to keep following the main knit. So here I need to do the loop over the 3 stitches of our shell main knit. So because we are going to decrease the first 3, I'm not going to do the main knit in the first 3 stitches. So I'm just going to do the 3 decreases. 1, 2. I just wanted to explain you. And third. And I got my 3 decreases, and now I'm going to keep, oops. Oh, this always happens. I'm going to okay, so I decrease 3 and you keep going with your main knit like normally. For example, here I need to do the loop. I need to cross, and yes, here I'm finishing the third row. Oh, I forgot to do the crossing. Okay, again. So okay, I'm finishing the stitches, these last 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3. The border always normal. Oh my god, what is happening to me? Okay, we finish the row, and then we turn. And we're going to start with the 4th row. In the 4th row there is no decreases, so you're just going to knit like following the order. Here is just purls, and yes, and take the last 2 in one, but you have to knit as are you following your order. So I meet you at the end of the 4th row. Here is my baby Mora. Oh, she loves to be with me while I'm recording. Let's leave it there. Hopefully doesn't annoy you. Her mouth. Okay, so I'm finishing my 4th row here. The last one, the border one. We turn, and then we are in the 5th row. Here we are just going to decrease just 2 stitches. So we start like normally, we pass through the first stitch, we do 1 decrease, 1, 2, and that's it. And after this we keep following the order of our main knit. And I meet you at the next row. Here I'm finishing the 5th row. Very good. We turn and then oops. Oops, Mora. Okay, so I'm going to start with the 6th row. Be very careful with the needles because they can be very sharpy and dangerous. So don't knit with children or dogs close to you because you may hurt them. Okay, so the 6th row is all in purls, no decreases. So okay, I'm going to keep doing my 6th row, and I meet you at the end. So here I'm finishing the 6th row. The last one you knit normally, don't forget. And now we turn and we start with the 7th row. This is the last row with decreases of the front left side of our sweater, and you are just going to decrease just 1 stitch. So we decrease 1 and we keep knitting as the following order. Here I need to do the crossing, the loop for shell knit, and I'll meet you at the end of the 7th row. So we're here finishing the 7th row. Mora, my dog left. Oh, sorry, I forgot to cross again. It's okay, we just go back. So okay, now we finish the 7th row. You turn, and the 8th row of the decreases for the armhole, you're not going to do any decrease, you are just going to follow your order of your stitches, which here is all in purls and taking the last one together, like you see this one. Yep, and you keep following the order, and we finish this part. Okay, so now that we did the decreases of the armhole, we are going to start doing the decreases of our neck, okay, so the decreases of the neck, you are going to do them just in your pair rows. So let's going to count this row like the first row, which is the odd row. So okay, we are not going to do any decrease because it's the odd row, like it's the number 1. So okay, we finish this number 1 row, and I'm finishing here the first row of the neck decreases. I didn't made any decrease. We turn our sweater, and here, which is the 2nd row, which is the pair row, which is a pair row, we start doing a decrease. We pass through 1, and it's the same like in the armhole, the decreases are the same, but we are going to start doing 7 decreases. So here, even if you would have to knit in purl, you have to do the decreases in knit, like knitted normally. So we knit 1 and first decrease, 2nd decrease, 3rd decrease, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th decrease. Okay, so here were our 7 decreases of the 2nd row of the neck decreases. You keep following your order, keep knitting, I'm going to finish it with you. The last one, the border, always in it, and then you turn, and we're going to do the third row, which is odd. We won't do any decrease. You keep following your order, and I meet you at the end. So here I'm finishing the third row. Like here, I don't have the stitches enough to do the shell. I'm just going to knit them normally without the loop, without the crossing, sorry. And here is the border stitch. Okay, we turn, and now which is the fourth row, which is pair. We're going to do our decreases. In this fourth row, we are going to decrease 3 stitches. We've passed the first, 1 decrease, second decrease, third decrease, and now you keep knitting like normally. Okay, finish. Okay, that was our fourth row. Now our fifth row, which is odd. We are not going to do any decrease, so you keep follow the order of the knit. Okay, I'm finishing with you, and there we go. Now our sixth row, which is pair, we are gonna decrease 2 stitches. So first decrease and second decrease, and you keep following your knit. Okay, the last one you need it normally. Don't forget, like me. Okay, you turn, and now we're going to start with the 7th row of the decreases for the neck, which is odd, so we don't do any decrease. We just keep following the order. Here I have to do the crossing of our shell knit. So here I'm finishing the 7th row. Okay, we turn, and then we are going to start the 8th row. Here we are just going to decrease just 1 stitch. So 1, okay, and then you keep following the order of your knit. I hate that hairs always go anywhere. Okay. There you go. Now we're going to start the 9th row. Because it's odd, we need all normal without any decrease. Okay, we turn, and now at the 10th row we are going to do just another decrease, 1 stitch. Here you go. Okay, and we keep knitting with the following order. You're doing very, very well. Hopefully. Okay. Now we turn, and this is the 11th row of the decreases for the neck, which is an odd row, so no decreases. And the last one. That was the 11th row. We turn, and with the 12th row we are going to do just one decrease, which is the last one of the neck ones. Okay, one decrease, and there you go. And here you finish all the decreases for the neck. You keep following your order. Here I need to follow that the last one, I take the last one of the set, I do them together. My crochet fellas, and there you go. We finish with the 12th row. We turn, and now what we gotta do, now that we finish doing the decreases of the neck, can you see the round shape? So we're going to finish with 7 more rows without decreases, just normal, just following your order of your knit. And here is to complete the 19 rows from the decrease, from the armhole. So from the armhole to the top they have to be 19 rows, so we are missing 7. So 7 more. Remember, no decreases, not anymore. Just keep following the order. So here I'm finishing the 19th row, the 7th one. So here we are going to bind off our stitches, which is the same process of the decreases. You need one, and then, but as you can see there, here we are going to finish our row, but the order is that we're supposed to do the shell, the crossing. So we do the crossing first, and then I'm going to do it normally, and I better bind off in the next row, not in this one. Okay, so we turn. So now we are binding off in the 20th row. So instead of doing 7, I did 8 more rows. So let's bind off the first one. And there you go, we are finishing. Just to be lazy to don't use the needles again. Let's do it properly. There you go. Then you cut this piece and you do the knot. So I'm going to show you how it looks at the end, or front left side of the sweater. Looks weird, but that's how it should look. Oh, they may need the shells once. They look so cute. We are going to look like fish. There you go. So we are just missing the other part, the other side of our sweater. So this is how we finish. Keep watching.